Alrighty, guys and gals, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Misty Mountain Gaming Channel. I'm Big E. We are back on another hardcore challenge on the channel. It is called the Ironman Challenge, the Classic Challenge. I'll put the rules up on the screen if I can remember to do such a thing. It's permadeath. You cannot have any gear above white quality gear. You can have no professions with the exception of first aid. You can have no talents at all. You can't pick any talent points. Can't have any buffs aside from what we can put on ourselves, our class buffs, but no food buffs, no potions, no health pots, no elixirs, no groups, no dungeons. This is the hardest of the hardest. And if you're wondering why I am level 8, that is because there were 2 episodes, essentially episodes 2 and episodes 3, I could not release. As some of you may or may not know, I've been having changed video cards, and it was a nightmare. Actually changed back to my original card. I'm working all that out. So the original second episode, there was just no sound, and I couldn't release it. I was going to do a voiceover, but there was no sound. We didn't miss anything. I was running around Elwyn Forest killing boars because the kobolds and stuff we needed were being farmed by many, many people. This is a happening server, by the way. We are in Classic Era, and we're on the Bloodsail Buccaneers RP server. Ton of people. If you're looking for people, here's the place to be. A lot of hardcore players here. The third episode, what would have been the third episode, the sound was all good, but the video quality, I'm not exaggerating, it looked like 240p. And that's because when I changed each time I changed the graphics card from AMD and then back to NVIDIA, it reset the bit rate, and I just forgot to check, and the bit rate was 2500, and it was horrible. I could not release the garbage on the channel. So I know this is episode 2, but that is what has happened, and we made our way to Ironforge. I came to Ironforge so that I could train up two-handed axes. We did get a two-handed axe. However, I've gone back to the sword and board because really nothing really happened in that episode, but we did almost die. As a matter of fact, I had about 12 HP. 2 wolves out here. A wolf spawned right on top of me. That's what happens when you're playing on a really busy server with a lot of people in the area who are farming stuff. You can kill a mob and it respawns, but I was fighting a mob, and I was leveling up the two-handed axe. I think I sold it. I did. I was leveling up the two-handed axe, so I wasn't hitting every time. So I was maybe 40% health, and a mob literally spawned right on top of me, a wolf. And then I ran out and I was freaking out, and I aggroed another one. I had 2 wolves on me at 40% health. I ran sideways so I didn't get dazed, and we just barely got away. So we've come from Elwyn Forest, and we're going to do some questing out here in the snowy Keranos, the town of Keranos in Dunmorrow. And even though we can't pick talents or anything, we are allowed to see our class trainer to train up abilities. And let's review what we have. So I've got charge, we've got hamstring, just picked this up at level 8. Not even used it yet because I didn't realize I even could get that until after I almost died. So we got hamstring. This will, it causes 5 damage, but more importantly, it slows the enemy's movement speed by 40% for 15 seconds. This is huge. This is gonna save us a lot. It's gonna allow us to get away from things. We have Rend, rank 1. This is a bleed. Not a lot, but, you know. We have Thunderclap. This, it slows times between enemies' attacks by 10% for 10 seconds, and it affects up to 4 targets, which is pretty big. And then we have our Battle Shout. Yeah. And we've been working on some quests here, as you can see. We've got all of the Elwyn Forest quests here, and we'll do those. So I'm on a cooking quest, which is specific here to Keranos, and we're going to work on some of this other stuff. So a couple of times last episode, I had some paladins throwing buffs on me and stuff. I had to get rid of them right away. It's just something you've got to keep out. They're, I think, a little bit lenient. There is a site and everything for this challenge. You just can't have it up for too long, so I got to make sure I'm keeping an eye on that. So we have Frostmane Hold, which we're not going to do until it turns green, because Explore Frostmane Hold is way over here. These are high-level trolls. It's also a cave, and it's rough. We have some gnomes we could potentially slay. So what we're going to work on are these three things right here. So there's a quest there, but I think that event is over. I'm not sure why that's still showing up. Anyway, let's see if we can get 2 more chunks of boar meat and some boar ribs. If we can find a place that's not being too heavily farmed. Hope you guys and gals are doing well. This is going to come out Sunday. I think it comes out on a Sunday. It has been a hell of a week for me, man. The last 2 days have been crazy. Crazy dealing with this video card here. But I think I finally got it all sorted out now. I think so. I'm definitely sticking to nothing against AMD and Radeon, but the particular card I had, the 6700, it's like the RT 6700 XT or something. I don't know. Boy, what a nightmare with OBS and my editing software, and just in general. It was just, whenever I would click something on my second monitor, my main monitor here would flash. It would literally flash on and off like 3 times. Whole bunch of weird stuff. So I took it out of the computer, boxed it up, and I sent it back actually today. Get a refund for that, and I'm going to take that refund. And I'm buying a GeForce. I think it's the 3070 Ti. It's supposed to be a pretty good card. You can see all the people in the area slaying everything in sight. I'm also upgrading my GPU. Going from a AMD Ryzen 5, the Ryzen 5, to an Intel i9. It's a good combo. I looked it up, did plenty of research, so nothing will be a bottleneck. A good processor and a good GPU. So I'm excited about that. Now, I won't be able to do this. I'll get one thing this month, and then maybe another thing next month, because I'm on a budget. I'm a working man. You guys and gals know how it is. And I put the card, it was either the card or the processor, I put it in my cart, and it actually went up by almost $50 overnight. So hopefully the price comes back down, and I'll compare. I use a lot of different sites like Newegg, and between Amazon, Newegg, sometimes eBay. Here's the thing, though, about buying from Amazon. I know it's a monopoly. They're really hard to beat, but you can get things cheaper other places. However, if you need to return something, it's pretty much just you can return it and get a refund. Like, there's almost no questions asked. Now, they asked me a couple of questions about, see, this is what happened to him before. Did you see that mob? He literally just came back. But he's not hostile. Yeah, they asked me, like, why I was returning it. Like, fine. And I just told them, you know, it was performing well below expected and all kinds of problems. The other nice thing is you literally just take, like, you can pay $6 or $7 to have it literally picked up at your door, or you can just put it back in the box, take it to a UPS store and just hand it to them. They scan the code that you get in an email. No questions asked. So it's really hard to beat a lot of other companies, especially in the past. Once you buy like some kind of video, like a tech product, a lot of companies don't take that stuff back unless they've changed. Maybe they've changed trying to compete with Amazon, but Anyway, I've got a decent system. I do have a decent system, but we were having trouble live streaming just all of a sudden. That's why I upgraded the video card, but it did not work out. But any OBS users out there, I don't know what you guys use, but the encoder that AMD uses just, boy, it just wasn't working. Just wasn't working very well. Crazy how fast these things are respawning in here. Anyway, I feel like I've just been talking about it and complaining about it for, it seems like months, but it's only been like 2 days. So that one's complete. We need one more boar rib, and then we can go get some Rhapsody malt. So last episode, I was over here in the Yeti cave. There were probably 8 bodies in there. There were a lot of dead bodies. I keep doubling up on that ability. It was kind of spooky. I didn't go very deep into the tunnel, into the cave. It was pretty spooky. Boy, so many skins here. I do have first aid. We have learned it. Right now I'm just basic still, because we haven't really fought any humanoid mobs. A dwarf warrior. Now, had I been a little bit smarter, the human racial is amazing in PvP, but the dwarf stone form, I should have actually done stone form, because they can remove poisons, diseases, and bleeds with their racial. It's amazing. I personally think it might be the best racial for a hardcore challenge, because you can get those diseases that last like 20 minutes. You can get those poisons that stack, and you just remove that crap. It might be the best, in my personal opinion. It's really good, though. I didn't think about it when I was rolling the character. There it is. Let's go get some Rhapsody malt. And then we'll probably take a run over to the gnomes. I don't know, though. I don't know how I feel about that. I think they're between levels 8 and 10. So the reason I came here to train up the two-handed axes is because we got an axe that did a lot more damage. However, we definitely need the block. But just by having this little bit of armor and the one block, it's a 4 or 5% damage decrease that we take against mobs our level. It's pretty good. So we're gonna, I mean, I wasted, I think it was 10 silver to buy it. I'm pretty sure it was. But, let's see, we need Rhapsody malt. There we are.
Keep your feet on the ground.
We're gonna stay sword and board. We'll be getting some upgraded shields, hopefully.
Well,
There you are, sir.
be good.
Now, we can't do cooking. But that is a level, just at level 9. That makes me feel a lot better about going over to see the gnomes now. And the gnomes, as I was just mentioning about diseases and stuff, they can put a disease on you. I think it's a pretty nasty one. I think that's the kobold shovel. Let me see. It is the kobold mining shovel. I love it. Now, there is no rule about the auction house. We can use the auction house if we want. However, it's not... So I can't use this food. I got to sell it because it gives us a buff. But we could potentially buy white gear or sell. We could sell things we get if we can't use. If it's a BOE, might maybe make a little extra coin. But also not... Because we're not spending money on talent points... Or we won't be. It'll be, Whoops. We'll have a little bit more coin to, do whatever with. I don't know what, but we'll buy some stuff off some vendors. Tony the Tiger. That means hello in the game. If you don't know. This, or jumping when you see somebody means hello.
What's on your mind?
Get a cask of Evershine from Rajold Barley Brew in Brunel Village.
See you soon.
Be going over that way pretty soon anyway. So it's a Friday night for me, and it's really strange. I actually streamed this afternoon. All day yesterday, I thought it was Friday, and then all day today, I thought it was Saturday. Today's Friday. It really screwed me up. So this video has to be out tomorrow, and I did a Fright Night video, literally recorded it an hour ago, and it's supposed to be out in 15 minutes. So this is where I got wrecked. Be careful going through here. But I think I have the... Look at that. That little legend right there.
Outstanding.
What if these guys are... Oh, they're gonna... Maybe they're going into Nomergon. I think they actually are. They're going into Nomergon. That's awesome. I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, I realized it was Friday during the stream. I had some problems at the beginning of the stream. They're all worked out, I think. The quality is worked out, all that. Audio should be worked out, at least till I get my new graphics card. But it shouldn't be that big of a deal because I'm going from NVIDIA to NVIDIA, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. Anyway, my point is, I don't know if you guys and gals have ever done that, but thinking it was one day and it's not. But I did that for 2 days. It's really weird when I realized during the stream... Look at all the warriors around here. I realized in the stream that it was not the same day I thought it was. It was so weird. So I had work to do. I got kind of lucky there. I did miss a meeting. But I didn't have a bunch of work, which was good. So I did a little bit of work. I ran the video card up to the UPS store. Returned it, came back, did a little more work, 2 videos recorded, all in like 3 or 4 hours. So feeling pretty good about that. The nice thing about fighting the gnomes is that we will hopefully get some linen cloth. Got to be mindful about using Thunderclap. Too close to a neutral mob. Yeah, we should be fine here. It's level 5. Because you can aggro with Thunderclap. What's the radius, does it say? Just says nearby. So hitting level 10 is not going to be quite as exciting as it normally is on a character, because that's when you pick you figure out what spec you might want to play and your first talent point. Not for us. A little bit sad. I don't think this challenge would be doable. I don't think you could get to level 60. There's probably some people who can, but if you weren't allowed to upgrade your talents at your trainer, not your talents, your abilities at your trainer, that would be brutal. That would be, I don't know. I don't know how you would do that. You'd have these low level, all of your rank 1s. Actually, you wouldn't be able to learn anything new. I don't think that's doable. I mean, there's like a couple of things. No, this wouldn't be doable, would it? Because you don't have Heroic Strike or Rend. I don't even think you have Battle Shout. You have nothing. I think you've got Attack. And that's all. Probably not doable. Not going to be doing that quest up there. The Stolen Stash. It's an elite mob. Well met.
What's on your mind?
Never shine. Kill 6 bears, 8 boars, 8 leopards.
Off with you.
Let's get another quest. The Perfect Stout. Bring 6 shimmerweed to Rjold Barley Brew.
What's your back?
Great to meet you.
In the basement of the Thunderbrew Distillery in Keranos, replace a barrel of Thunder Ale with a barrel of Barley Brew.
Keep your feet on the ground.
There's a little
Interest you on a pint?
merchant here. I'm going to sell that. Do I save the boar meat? Well, you can't learn cooking. I could potentially sell it, but I mean on the auction house, but I don't think I'm going to bother with it. I will look at some of this stuff. Boy, look at the... I don't think I'm going to buy leather. I know it's an upgrade, but I'm really wanting mail.
Very good.
So I don't want to waste the money and then have something drop that we need. And the chances of that happening are actually pretty high. So let's get into it. What are we doing on time? 21 minutes. We'll kill a few. I'll wrap the episode up in about 10 minutes. Probably won't finish this quest. Try to keep the episodes a little bit shorter. Massive difference having this the shield. I can't wait till we get a slightly upgraded one. Yeah, so we'll, I mean, even though we're not speccing, we're kind of prot. So this, the Ironman challenge is a grind. It's a pretty slow grind. But if you're into challenges, if you've been doing the community challenge, you know, Season of Mastery and all that, I highly recommend giving this one a shot. A lot of fun. Also got to be a little bit mindful about how I charge into stuff. My health is low. I can't get in the habit of trying to roll like a normal warrior would do in a Let's Play. Yeah, these gnomes, I don't have an interrupt. For the gnomes to interrupt. I mean, it shouldn't be terrible, but I think it is a disease that they put on us. And I think it reduces your stamina, which is, like, pretty much worst case scenario for us. We'll see. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap this one up. Got all kinds of stuff we can do here. My Hearthstone is, should be Goldshire. It is. I need to replace my Hearthstone. But I tell you what, we're going to hang out here at the camp. I know I don't get rested XP over here. But we'll just chill here by the fire. And we'll continue next episode. Yes, we will. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it. You guys and gals take care. Skonk and myself will see you tomorrow.
It's been fun.
Take care. Peace.